Hoggie's beer reviews. Hoggie's beer reviews. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to yet another one of Hoggie's beer reviews, and this is the third installment in my Beers of England series, kind of an unofficial series I'm doing. But I'm doing back-to-back reviews here because I had the Boddington's Pub Ale. That was the first one, and it sucked. And I was going to do that review anyway, but then I came across the Hen House, which is these four beers from the Moreland Brewery, the people who brew Old Speckled Hen. Check it out in case you're curious. This is what the variety 4-pack looks like, one of each, with the description on each side. So we did the Boddingtons first, and since that's it sucks, by the way. I can't stress that enough. But we did the Boddingtons first, and since that's kind of a light golden ale, I figured I'd follow it up with the Old Golden Hen. That was the last review, the first of this 4-pack. So we're going from the Old Golden Hen to this guy, the Old Crafty Hen. Before I crack open the beer, see what it says on here. Where is it? Here we go. Old Crafty Hen is uniquely created from a blend of the famous Old Speckled Hen with its rich malty character and the exclusive 5X beer, which is aged using a vintage oak maturing method. Okay, it's 6.5% alcohol by volume. Old Crafty Hen Superior Fine Ale. Vintage ale crafted by the master brewer of Old Speckled Hen. Take a look at that. I'm running through all of these because I've had Old Speckled Hen many times in the past. I really like the beer. I've had it on tap many times, nitro can many times. Never had it in the bottle though, so I'm saving it for last. I'm actually going to do a comparison with the bottle version and the can version. In the meantime, we're going to try the other varieties. And yeah, Old Crafty Hen, not much else to say. 6.5% alcohol by volume, superior fine ale. So that's that. Of course, we need the proper British pint glass for this. And here we go. Spider Go Tenacious, great knife to pop open beers and not damage the cap. I think I do have one of these Moreland caps. I'll show you real quick. The Old Golden Hen had a plain golden cap that said nothing, but this one has the brewery on it, Moreland Green King. I think Green King bought the Moreland Brewery, something like that. I'll look it up and I'll give you the info on the brewery for the Old Speckled Hen video. Anyways, this is a 1.09 fluid ounces bottle. Should fit nicely in the proper British pint glass. It doesn't overflow on me. And you know what? I'm being silly. I forgot to look up Rate Beer and Beer Advocates. So actually, while this may not make for good videos, I'll sit the beer back there and look this stuff up for you. Once again, I take all that stuff on Beer Advocate and Rate Beer with a grain of salt. I don't even really read the reviews. I go there for the base info. And base info on Old Crafty Hen. On Beer Advocate, out of 108 ratings, it scores an 84. Categorized as an old ale at 6.5% ABV from the Green King Moreland Brewery in the UK. Not much else to say. Take a look at that, guys. That's that. Jumping over to Rate Beer, out of 203 ratings, it scores an 80 overall. And once again, 6.5% ABV. They categorize it as an English strong ale, and of course it's Green King in Bury St. Edmunds, England. So that's what the interwebs have to say. Come back over here, the head is settled a bit. Finish dumping this in here. And off we go. Old Crafty Hen. And I'll actually tell you guys a little secret. I bought a single bottle of Old Crafty Hen maybe 4 or 5 months ago, and I had it sitting there. I had it in the fridge. I was going to review it, and one day I had been drinking and I ran out of beer and I had nothing else, and I said, screw it, I'll just drink this and review it another day. So I've had this before, but I don't really remember it because I was already drunk by the time I drank it. It happens. Anyway, it's categorized as an old ale on Rate Beer, and that kind of fits the description. kind of a foggy, dirty, coppery kind of color. Like a dirty brownish amber, hazy, can't really see through it. Tamarind, looks like tamarind. Tamarindo for my Latinos out there. The head is decently frothy, and looks like, you know, one of those kind of old, strong British bitters. There's something in the nose I don't like, but I can't place. Sour fruit, something burnt. Yeah. Kind of a malty, toasty, beery kind of thing. Not exactly a hop sharpness, not a malt sweetness, just kind of a jumble of strong, kind of toasty, beery smells. There's something that I can't put my finger on. It's almost kind of like a very pungent sweetness, but almost to the point of like a rotten sweetness. I know that sounds bad, but it's the best I could do right now. So, with all that said, cheers. This beer is actually very smooth. Very smooth body on this beer. Smooth body and kind of airy, kind of light. There's mass to it. It's actually more of a medium body, but it goes down light and airy. Very smooth. Kind of a sweet, super sweet caramel kind of thing going on. Not a lot of bitterness to this beer at all. Am I running long? Just a bit. Not a lot of bitterness to this beer at all. This is a malt heavy beer. It's rich. There's complexities. There's a lot of flavors in there. There's that burnt caramel, bit of a toasted malt, bit of kind of like a dark fruit thing going on. If you like beers with malt flavors, malt complexity, this may be for you. If you like something on the more poppy bitter side, this may not be for you. But at 6.5%, there's no alcohol present. It's very smooth going down. It's actually a very interesting beer. Earthy kind of bitterness at the end. It just kind of, just to give you a hint of balance, just to clean things up a little bit. This is a malt heavy beer with a very smooth body, and yet there's still enough of a kind of a fizzy carbonation bite at the beginning to make that first sip kind of grab you. And I must say, it does taste like a blend. There's a little bit of this and a little bit of that in there. And if I'm being vague on this one, I'm sorry, but that's the best I can do on this beer. It's very interesting, but it's really hard to pinpoint. But I will say that for a blended beer, and for something that can kind of go as an English old ale, you know, kind of a strong, bitter old ale kind of thing, I like it. It's not exceptional, but I like it. So I'll give this a glass half full. There's a lot going on with this beer and nothing off-putting. So, at the very least, out of curiosity, I think people should try it and kind of, you know, come to their own conclusions on what this beer is, and you know, if you like it, more power to you. Perhaps my palate is too accustomed to hoppy American beers and IPAs to fully appreciate this. So again, I'm not going to give it a bad rating. I can't put my finger on what this beer is, but again, nothing off-putting. It's well blended and it's smooth. So I'll leave it at that. Old Crafty Hen. Crafty is a good word to use for this beer. It really is. So that's it. I got nothing else. I'll finish this and get to Hen's Tooth, bottle conditioned. All right? All right. See you on that one, guys. Once again, thanks for joining me. And remember, it's Hoggie's Beer on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and hoggiesbeer.com. I love you guys. Stay tuned for the next one. Cheers.